Good afternoon and welcome to the Living Well radio program. You can find us here every Wednesday at 1 p.m. on KATB 89.3 in Anchorage, KJLP 88.9 in Palmer, as well as you can catch us online at katb.org. My name is Cammie and I'm joined by Betty. Say hi, Betty. No hiding over there.
Cammie. Happy New Year, Cammie.
I just like to make sure everybody always knows you're here, because what would it be like without Bossy Betty in the studio?
Oh, my word. There she goes again.
I couldn't get anything done without my fearless leader along my side. I appreciate you, Betty.
I can tell. Calling me bossy.
Hey, I got that term from somebody else. I don't remember who said it, but it stuck with me.
Well, let's come up with a different one.
We got to get the whiteboard back out.
That's right. Get the whiteboard. Let's brainstorm a new idea, a new thought, a new description.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I still see a storefront named this. I mean, I really went places with this idea.
Yes, you have. It's just coming up everywhere.
I can just see it in lights. Bossy Betty's. Wait, maybe that's not a good thing.
No.
No lights.
No lights. No lights. That's what I said. We got to have a new word. It's a new year,
Should we start
Cammie.
this show over?
It's going to be a new year. We need a new word. We could do beautiful Betty, or we could do brave Betty. None of those.
With bossy in parentheses.
I'm just not going to live that down, huh?
Anyway, we are, I don't know, are we excited or are we nervous about who we have in the studio today?
Well, I'm excited. I've known her a long time.
Okay. Well, like I was saying, we have got the boss's wife in the studio today, so the pressure is on.
That's right.
And
we got to behave ourselves.
Yeah, we are so excited to have Kathy Steiglemen joining us today. Welcome to the studio, Kathy.
Thank you.
It's so awesome to have you, and we're just going to be chatting about New Year's and just different activities and events that we've done or attended in the past. We're going to be talking about an exciting year here at the station, 2016, and maybe what's coming up in 2017. So you're going to give us all of the inside 411, right? And we might talk about Tom a little bit. We're going to talk about Tom?
No, we want to stay on the air.
I have to go back home with Tom.
That's just true.
Oh gosh. Okay. We'll skip that topic. That was my bullet point here, but to move on.
Move on to Plan B. What do you do for New Year's, Cammie?
You know, you had to ask me that, huh? Because you remember, I'm the person, Betty. I never do anything the same every year. My tradition is to find something new. That's our tradition, is to not have a tradition.
Not to have a tradition.
Yeah, but I mean, so it takes a different shape every year. We either have friends over to our house or we are going somewhere. It's always been a fun time. So
Yeah.
what do you do?
We have great parties.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
my son-in-law's parents host New Year's Eve, and we'll start about 9 o'clock, and there'll be all kinds of food. We've done everything from seafood buffets to breakfast buffets and everything in between. And there could be between 30 and 50 people there, all kinds of kids. We have decorations, and we play all kinds of games. Bunko has become one of our favorite games to play. We've played, we've done like the Dance Wii. We've done that, and I forget what all games we've played, but we have a great time.
now how many years have you been doing something like this?
Probably about 13.
Wow.
We've done one every year, and it's a lot of fun. It's a safe place to be. There's no alcohol. We may or may not have fireworks. I'll just leave that there. There's always lots of kids, so the kids have a good time. We have activities for them, and 2 years ago, Kathy stepped it up a bit. She started giving away prizes for the winners of the games. So
Wow.
that kind of brought a whole new level of competition. But the food is outstanding. There's food all night long. And most people show up in their jammies and their T-shirts or their hoodies. And we just have a great time.
So how long do I have to know you to make this list?
Well, you know,
Sounds pretty exclusive.
calling me Bossy Betty is not a good indication.
It's not working for me, huh?
No, we got to come up with a new word there. A new word.
Maybe if
Now
we
you
come
made
up
me
with
feel like I got to find something to do for New Year's. I think this year we are going to do something a little more exciting. We're going to host a bunko party at our house.
I love bunko.
So we're going to combine some generations with Mikhaili coming home from school, and so it should be a good time.
It's a game the kids can play. And so I think The most tables we've had set up was 5.
Okay. Yep. I think that's what we're
40
going to
table.
shoot for.
Yeah, 20
I've
people
never
playing.
played before. I have heard a
You
ton
have
about
never
it.
played?
No.
It's so much fun. You never played
Maybe
Kathy?
Never
maybe
played it
once.
before either.
It is so much fun. It's loud and rowdy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a lot of fun.
That's right up your alley.
Right up my alley. I'm so loud, and so rowdy.
Rowdy Betty?
Rowdy. I think not.
Okay, I'll keep thinking. Anyhow, so Kathy. Yes, Kathy is still here. She hasn't gone anywhere. We've got the door locked tight, right, Betty?
That's right.
I'm not running away.
Okay, you're here to stay. Good.
Yeah.
What do you guys do for New Year's?
Actually, not much. Tom and I, in the beginning, we used to do sauerkraut and reindeer sausage and have that as our New Year's little treat. My kids hate it, so it's just generally Tom and I that have it. But we haven't done that in a few years. I was thinking about that the other day.
Maybe
It's
this is the
we
year to
need
bring
do
it back.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and we're old fuddy-duddies, and we go to bed before midnight.
You don't watch the ball drop.
Sometimes we do. I mean, if we're still awake, yeah, we will. But generally, we don't do much. The kids they're all old enough that they go off and they do stuff with their buddies or their friends or whatever. But
I'll tell
Yeah,
you, that
tell
New
me.
Year's Eve show on TV is getting a little bit harder to watch. It's not
Yeah.
always the most appropriate. So making, family-friendly New Year's, I've found over the years, it's
I haven't watched it in years. All we watch is the ball drop.
same here.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because we're busy,
Right.
talking or playing bunco or whatever else is going on.
Yeah.
But we haven't watched it in a long time. So, Kathy, we want to know the highlights of 2016 for the radio station. What has been the big things that happened this past year?
you're putting me on the spot, are you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I am.
All right.
I'm Bossy Betty, remember?
Yeah. I got to remember. Well, like you said, maybe if we get you a better name for her, you'll be invited.
You think?
Yeah.
That is a
gonna
good
make-
possibility.
I'm going to make that a goal for 2018.
2000. What about 2007?
2017.
2017, that's right around the corner. I don't have much time to improve.
Well, no, you got all of 2017 to figure it out. by
No.
the time, right?
We
No?
want to start the year off right.
Oh, I got it wrong. Okay.
Bossy Betty's Bunko. Did you know that was coming? Man,
I figured it was right there.
Well, we've had a lot that has gone on over the year. It's been good and bad, and I'll highlight the good stuff first, and then we can go on to the bad stuff. But we've been lucky enough to in the last few years to be able to be a part of Governor's Prayer Breakfast, and we were part of that. And Tom generally goes on and helps host it on the TV side of things. And and I get lucky enough to go and see the hosts. And Todd Starnes from Fox News was there this year. And he was very entertaining. Enjoyed watching him. And you moving that mic closer to me? Obviously, I don't do the job right.
I just shoved it right in her teeth, didn't I?
Oh, good. You'd think I'd be in radio. I knew what
I
to do, but
know,
I
I
don't.
know.
I'm normally not behind the mic. I'm normally behind the desk.
We like getting people to do new things here at Living Well.
You know, that's one thing about this job. It's certainly opened me up. I don't know. Well, you people out there can't tell, but I'm really kind of a quiet person, and it takes a lot to get me to come out. And once I do, I come out, and I can be pretty fun, I think. I don't know. I hope.
She says she thinks. We got to come up with a name for Kathy,
Oh
Betty.
dear. But yeah. So I'm not like one of those people that are, like to be in the limelight or anything like that. So
See, and
it's-
this is why. But I'm going to tell everybody this is why the title fits Betty, because she
Oh,
makes people
goodness.
do things like this.
Yes,
Right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
see, you can relate. I mean, would you?
Well,
what-
she was very gentle at asking me. I do have to say that, and she gave me the choice, and I was certainly happy to
And
do
her
it.
response was, absolutely, I can do that.
And then later, after you walked away, what were you thinking?
I went to Tom and I said, "Oh no, what am I going to say?"
So I don't care what you said. I want to know what you thought when you walked away from that conversation.
What I thought was, okay, I have to come out of my shell again. I like to hide in my shell, and
Get out of your
but
comfort
at
zone.
the same time, yeah, I'd like to come out though too. And I don't know. I guess I'm kind of a weird person because I like to hide, but yet
But
there's times I know I need to come out. And
Do you know how long I've known her?
how long?
I had all of her kids in my class when I was
Really?
teaching.
Oh.
Starting with Chuck.
so that's, let's see,
How
at
old is
least
he?
20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the thing for those of you that don't know, Kathy, I mean, is there a more faithful servant than Kathy? She's just always there,
Always there.
always so faithfully serving. And we need the behind the scenes people. I even like to think of myself as more that way. I would be the backstage person, making sure things are going well. So we need those kind of people serving. So we appreciate your faithfulness and just how you've served the church and the station and your family.
Her family,
So,
her husband.
yes. Mhm.
Yeah. A lot of my family's involved in the station, which is kind of
Really
never dreamed that would ever happen, but yeah.
Can we go there? Can we just find out a little bit more about your story and how that came about, Kathy?
My story.
How did you guys get involved in the radio station?
Well, I guess it all started when Tom and I started coming to ABT. We found out that there was a radio station. Neither one of us knew that there was a Christian radio station in town. We had no clue. And Tom decided they were asking volunteers to help on the weekend. So Tom said, oh yeah, I can do that. I can volunteer on the weekend and help do. Back and then would put the tapes into the system and, play the programs. And he did that for several years. And then Mike Murray, who was here back then, asked him to come on and full time. And so he was here for a while. Trying to think how long he'd been doing that before I even came in. I didn't come in until December of '99, so I'm coming up on my 17th anniversary. I've been here for 17 years.
Have you has it been that long?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I looked at it a couple months ago. I was like, wow, I've been here that long.
Wow.
But time does fly when you're enjoying your job. And
I remember when you started
yeah,
in the
and that,
station.
Yeah, that was just before my youngest was turned 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike had asked me if I would come on and help in the office, and I said, well, yeah, that would be a nice opportunity, because at that point I was working at the Daily News, but it was an evening shift, and it just wasn't working. Charles was in school, and it was obvious to him, or to me and Tom, that splitting our day with Charles, and Stephen was really little then too, was not working for Charles as far as in school. And we decided I couldn't work the evenings anymore. And this opportunity came open, and I said sure, I'd do it, because I was by the school. My kids go to ACS, and well, 2 of them did. They've all graduated, but except one is about to graduate in May. And it just looking back at it, it's been a blessing, because I've been able to be in the same building as my kids when they're going to school, and if there was problems or if there was things to do, I had the opportunity to be able to enjoy some of that stuff. Not a lot of people get to do that when they work, and be able to go and enjoy it with their kids. And that was the main factor for me back then, was because I'd be near my boys, and I really liked that idea of being close and being able to spend more time with them. And I've been a Christian all my life. I grew up Lutheran, and then Tom and I, in '98 came to, oh good grief, now I'm getting my days. In '98, we came, well, Charles was probably 6 months old, I think. And no, I'm getting my children mixed up. That would have been Jonathan.
It happens.
Yeah, and we decided to start coming here when the kids were all little, and we've stayed at the Baptist Temple, and I really grew. I grew a lot. coming to the station in my Christian faith more than what I was. And it's amazing how working in a Christian environment would change you versus to what you were doing before.
How has it been a blessing, Kathy, to be working with your husband all these years?
Well, a lot of people would say that's really
I thought
hard.
I would word that positively.
Well, a lot of people would say that's really hard to work with their spouses. Yeah, there's been ups and downs about working with my spouse. But when several years ago, I had actually left the station for a little while. I was still involved in the station to a point, but I have left for about 5 years and went and worked at the district, and I enjoyed some of it, but the aspect of I guess for me, the aspect of being in the worldly workforce just wasn't there for me anymore. I just was not feeling it. I was able to, I'm trying to think of the right word. I was able to witness in a way without pushing people, that I was a Christian, and they knew that. And my coworkers would, somebody would slip up and they go, "Oop, I'm sorry, Kathy, I didn't mean to slip up on that and say that, the wrong words." And it showed me that I was going in the right direction. I was doing the right things, but I just wasn't totally happy. And when I came back here, I felt relieved. I felt happy that I was in my Christian environment. And I have, we all have our ups and downs of everything for work and stuff, but I just find myself growing every time, and I keep thinking I need to do more to grow some more. I still feel like I'm a baby Christian, even though I've been with the station for 17 years. I don't feel like I'm a teenager or an adult in Christian's faith, but I still feel like I'm a baby Christian. Still working on that.
I know I kind of interrupted you, Kathy, but you were in the middle of telling us what the highlights were of 2016. You mentioned the Governor's Prayer Breakfast. Mm-hmm. What else?
We did that, and we had the Crowder concert, which I missed. That was my first concert I had missed in all the time that I'd been with the station. I was really bummed because I really wanted to go see him. But I had surgery, and I couldn't come. But there was 1,600 people there, which was a good turnout. And then we had our share-a-thons for the station for KATB, and those were really good. And we actually got more donors than we've had in past years.
Good.
New donors, which was really nice. And we can see it growing, but we still struggle, even though we see that part of it growing. Station still has issues that come up, and we push through it, and we go through it, and we know God's there saying, "Okay, I got this. We'll get you through it." And he does. He always gets us through wherever things are going on. And that kind of brings me to our bad things of the year. In May, I'd gotten a phone call from a friend, and she says, "What happened?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And our sales manager had passed away, and she had heard from somebody else who was a best friend of both of them. And it was all of a sudden, and it was Mother's Day, which made it even worse. And we're still reeling from that. We're trying to recover from that, and Tom's trying to get somebody to come in and take her spot. It's a big set of shoes to fill, and he's been, the whole station has been, every once in a while we're just kind of like, oh, she's not here anymore. Seeing that happy smiley face. And
I remember when it was announced at church on that Sunday morning, I was so shocked. I have always heard her referred to as Kate. I'd never heard her referred to as Kathleen. And I thought maybe they'd made a mistake, that it wasn't the same person.
Right.
But it was such a shock.
Yeah, it was a huge shock. And having to tell Tom, I was downstairs, he was upstairs, and I got off the phone with her, and I'm thinking, Lord, just get me through this to talk to Tom, tell him. And I could feel that hand saying, I got you. Just go gently tell him. And he didn't believe me, and he had to make the phone call, and and we all found out is you just got to leave things to God at times, and that was one of them. And it was a tough day for all of us, and we were just numb the whole day and all that week. But yeah, that was, just got to let God guide you, leave it in His hands, and let Him do what He needs to do. And so that's probably the worst thing of the whole year for us. And there goes my phone. I'm sorry. Wow.
The turkey's done.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely, what a detrimental thing to have gone through, and to replace her energy, I can imagine would be just a huge challenge.
Yeah.
I know we got to talk to her a few times on the morning show, and she's just a bundle of energy.
Yes.
So
She
it was
life of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we then a few months later we had one of our other salespeople decided to move out of state with his wife. It was probably a good thing because he wanted to stay married. She wanted to be with her grandkids, and so he thought it was best to continue and go with her, which is good. So
Good plan there.
yeah.
A good husband.
Yeah.
Good husband.
And I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess I can tell you what's going to happen for 2017.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Oh, actually, first 2016. Well, no, that's 2017. Newsboys concert. I'm sorry,
Yes.
folks. If you didn't get your tickets, you're out of luck.
I am so upset that I
Yes.
didn't get my tickets. I never would have thought they would have sold out 2 months in advance.
And just before I came on, I got a phone call that lady was like, I was trying to go buy tickets for Newsboys. Yeah, they're sold out.
They're
I'm
sold out.
sorry. I didn't know what to tell her because we'd been sold out for quite a while. We sold out just before Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving, right around there. So it's one of those things that
It will be a great concert.
It will
Yeah.
be. It
A
will
great
be a very
concert.
good concert. I'm looking forward to it in January.
I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Betty, we can
So if
sneak
anybody's
in.
not
Can we
going to
sneak
go,
Listen, nobody will know.
I don't know.
if anybody's not going to go, maybe they'll give you your tickets. you know.
If anybody's not going, please let us know.
Yeah, maybe conflicts happen.
I know.
Yeah.
I've seen people on Facebook offering to pay triple the price for somebody's tickets.
Well, I can't
So
quite do
the
that.
battle is on.
Wow. I would not be surprised if that.
You have another
lots of
concert coming up too.
We do. We have Britt Nicole. Very excited about that, and Tom's very excited because that's right around his birthday. So yeah, he likes to try to plan them for his birthday time. And he managed to pull one off for next year. So yeah, he's excited about
Maybe you
that.
can
So
arrange for a big birthday song to be sang by the audience
Maybe.
at that or
And a
something.
cake.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
Oh.
face. Can I just add that? Tom's a
I
sport.
am not going to participate in this conversation. I'm staying out of this part of it. I want to stay on the air.
But
Oh, it's
go out there
funny.
and get your tickets now, though, because
Apparently.
she may sell out too. I mean, it took us 2 months. I think we were talking earlier that it took us 2 months to sell out a Newsboys, and that's probably the fastest we've ever had a concert do.
Mm-hmm.
Sell it in 2 months.
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but.
Well, I think we're out of time for today. Do you have anything else you wanted to make sure you said or told everybody about, Kathy, before we go?
Yeah, just keep an eye on KATB. We're hoping to push out some more concerts and some more community events. So just got to wait, and he's in the works on some of that stuff. So, and if you get a chance to go to Governor's Prayer Breakfast in 2017, James McDonald will be there.
I've already checked on our tickets.
Yeah,
Super excited about that. That will be
Yes.
great.
it's very fun.
Well, we sure do like being a part of. We like being a part of KATB, and we appreciate Tom giving us this
We enjoy
opportunity.
you guys being a part of it.
Yes.
We have
We're
a
going
good
to be
time.
doing more stuff with you guys.
Shh, we're not ready to talk about that yet.
I'm not ready to talk about that.
Not yet.
Well,
Not
that's
yet.
surprise, surprise.
Stay tuned. I don't know what you're up to, buddy, but apparently I don't know about it either. So we got some
yes, you do.
talking to do. Well, thank you so much again, Kathy, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And that's another Living Well radio program, and you can join us here every Wednesday at 1 p.m. on KATB 89.3 in Anchorage, as well as KJLP 88.9 in Palmer, and you can always catch us online if you miss that at katb.org.